Hello, welcome to GameGazm, I'm Bren.
I'm Jay, and Bren, today I've got the need.
The need?
The need for speed.
Oh.
We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride.
Yes, Need for Speed is back after its long hiatus, once again developed by Ghost Games, who gave us 2013's Need for Speed Rivals. And after 21 long years, this one has been dubbed a fresh reboot for the series. But is it the reboot it needed?
Need for Speed throws you into the shoes of a nameless, faceless and apparently speechless driver in the fictional Californian city of Ventura Bay, which for some reason is bathed in constant darkness and rain. You stumble across a ragtag group of racers who are waiting to be noticed by their motorsport icons, such as Ken Block. Each of the characters has their own driving style, which represents the game's 5 theme racing threads. It's your job to win races in each thread to earn reputation and eventually challenge their icons.
An engaging story is never the strong point in any racing game, and it's no different with Need for Speed. But what is interesting here is the use of cringe-worthy live-action cutscenes. Although full of words I don't understand, excessive energy drink consumption, and first-person fist bumping, they are very well acted. But if they are not your thing, they are also skippable.
Moving on to the gameplay, and it seems that Ghost have tried to mash together all of the features from some of the best loved Need for Speed titles. The open world from Most Wanted and the car customization from Underground are both here. The cars handle like you would expect for a Need for Speed title, and with the wealth of customization options available, you can really fine tune it to your own style of play. Or if all that baffles you, they have included a handy slider at the top that automatically adjusts the handling from grip to drift. This is quite helpful, as I found that a well-rounded car is not a good idea for all the different types of events.
Aside from that though, it is entirely possible to go through the majority of the game with just one car, which is handy as you only have room for 5 in your garage. But in true Need for Speed fashion, the emphasis here is to upgrade your car to the max. It is quite possible to max out your tiny MX-5 to outrun Lamborghinis and so on. As well as performance upgrades, you can also change the look of your car by adding new bumpers, hoods, and also your own custom decals and paint.
The events are split into 5 different categories: speed, crew, style, build and outlaw. The races range from your typical sprint and time trials to drift challenges. They can sometimes be a little frustrating, as Need for Speed uses rubber band physics, meaning no matter how fast you drive and how far you pull away from the other cars, they can always catch up and most of the time overtake you right on the last straight. However, it can work in your favour, as if you crash multiple times you can always catch back up to the pack. The biggest disappointment with the events though is the decision not to include drag races. Maybe in a future update? Maybe?
The Outlaw thread is really just a mix of all the game's race types with cops on your tail. Although they are quite easy to get away from, it can be quite fun to lead them around the city on a merry chase as you rack up your points.
Need for Speed has a pretty rewarding progression feature that sees you earning rep points for performing certain actions, such as drifting, driving at speed, outrunning the police and generally smashing stuff up. As you earn these rep points, you increase your rep level, which unlocks new upgrades for your car.
As there are only 79 events in the main game, it's pretty short, and after finishing it, the only thing left to do is hunt down the game's collectibles. There's donuts to do, car parts to effectively steal from backs of trucks, and pictures to take of warehouses and dimly lit car parks. Why? Nobody knows.
The most baffling part of Need for Speed though is the fact the game needs a constant connection to the internet, even if you're just playing solo. Now, through my time playing, I never really saw a need for this. Yes, you can call on other players to help you with events, but no one ever did really, and I just wanted to experience the main game solo. The most annoying thing about this was the fact that you couldn't actually pause the game. Not too bad if you're just driving around the city, but if you're in the middle of a race and your phone rings, well, you'd better hope it's not important.
There's no denying that the game looks fantastic. The rain-soaked streets of Ventura Bay look great as you're driving around the city, especially from the bumper cam. The attention to detail on the car is also stunning. The biggest problem for me though was the constant state of night throughout Ventura Bay. This, coupled with a lack of traffic on the roads and the non-existent pedestrian presence, made the world feel lifeless and like it was just designed to be an open world playground. Also, sometimes the sky would shift to a pre-dawn state only to go back to darkness seconds later. It seems a weird decision, and as it's built into the environment, it can sometimes happen multiple times during one race.
The game sounds as good as it looks too. The sounds of the car engines, the roar of the exhaust and the clunk of gears is enough to please any petrol head. The soundtrack however is extremely forgettable, to the point you forget it's even there.
So overall, Need for Speed looks and sounds the part. Car customization is very comprehensive and the progression system feels rewarding. But its short single player, sometimes unfair AI and the unnecessary need to always be online do hamper it a little, giving this a GameGazm 7.
So it's not the strongest reboot it could have been. It touches on things that are right and then it gets some things wrong. Not perfect by any means, and I would say the biggest downfall is how empty and lifeless it feels. But the driving is good and it will provide you with a few hours of fun. Better than a lot of previous Need for Speed entries, but maybe the next one will be the one.
And there you go, there's Need for Speed. What do you think of it then?
I thought it was good. It was a good game. The only trouble I found with it was after the first couple of hours, I felt that I'd seen everything the game had to offer.
It's not going to throw anything new at you, know?
No.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame. But, I mean, I suppose it's a nice harken back to what the original Need for Speed games were, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And the environment was, well, it looked
Dark.
Incredible. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's no getting past it. It was very dark and very wet, but it looked very nice.
Yeah.
Just a shame there wasn't more in it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like playing the old Need for Speed on the original Xbox, and there was those bits where you'd go down those like tight corridors, and you could hear all the lampposts whizzing past.
Yeah.
It was really cool. That was, is it like, you know, that was cool. And this one, I mean, it's the big open city, like, and I guess my problem with big open city kind of things like that is the tracks are all based around the city itself, so it all kind of looks the same, and that's a big downside. There's no like tailor-made tracks really, is there?
No.
So that's a downside, but it's Need for Speed. There's cars in it, they go fast, you can drift, and you could probably find a McDonald's to park at and listen to banging tunes in it.
Well, you do keep meeting up with your mates at restaurants and bars and diners, and you park up, and yeah, live action cutscenes was an interesting choice.
Yeah, what's with that? I mean, I know they used to do it in the olden days because obviously it was a lot cheaper to do that than actually animate something.
Yeah.
But really, in this day and age, I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I think they're going for the Fast and the Furious feel with it, I think.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
I suppose it works in that respect, but it's a game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, where do we stop this? Yeah, I'm kind of worried in that respect about Quantum Break. I mean, how much of that is going to be based around the TV show that goes with it?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that's something for another review on another day. But that's all the time we've got for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been Bren.
I've been Jay.
And we've been
GameGazm.
Shit. I broke something.